at the end of the day, you're just trying to get a civilized resolution and a client solution realized in an efficient and professional, ethical, transparent way where they give you a referral and not feel ripped off. And that's very important for Vietnam, as you know. And so through my time in Vietnam, as I said, with the Chamber of Commerce, I got an invite to join that. But you can't just say, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to be a vice chair. You got to nominate to be a board member. You got to get voted. And then the caveat, as you know, the board then have to accept you as a vice chair or a chair or the treasurer. The Vietnam Independent Directors Association is another thing that I'm very interested in because, again, it is just another type of arrow in what you need to hit the target to encourage foreign investors is good corporate governance, is transparency, is ethics, is knowledge. So they had a couple of people in Ho Chi Minh City, and I got invited to go to a law firm founded by a fellow Duc Dang, and he is a very, very decent fellow, over 25 years of his own firm, Indochine Counsel. And Duc said to me, he goes, would you like to join the Vietnam Independent Directors Association? And I said, sure, I think it's a great idea. Can I join? And they said, not at the moment, but we're going to change the rules so non-Vietnamese can join. And I said, great, you let me know, and I'm there. Because I said, hopefully we can make it like the Institute of Directors, IOD UK. We can make it like the Australian Institute of Company Directors. We can make it similar to what's going on in Hong Kong and Singapore and elevate the efficiency, transparency, and all the other critical metrics of not only the BOD members, but, the BOD members need to understand their supervisory board is just that. It's not a tick box construct where there could be related party conflicts of interest of the BOD members. It really should be there to supervise and make sure that they're doing things in the correct way for the betterment of all the shareholders, which is the job description of an independent director. And so they entered a new membership for the VNIDA, and foreigners could become an associate member. So technically, I'm an associate member, and I've been vice chairman of membership and Marcoms of that for quite some time, probably since about 2022, which is, again, an honor to be involved with the people. And I actually introduced Ken Atkinson to that. So, come full circle, and Ken thought it was a fantastic idea, long overdue as well. So if you look on the VNIDA website, you'll see that he's a member of it, and Bradley Lalonde is a member of it. He was one of the co-founders of the American Chamber of Commerce. He's the godfather of my youngest son. He's an ex-city banker like me. And so I've helped bring on board many old legends of Vietnam's foreign expert community into the VNIDA membership. And it's been really good. And some of the newer entrants into Vietnam's landscape, like Rich McClellan. I said to Rich, who's, vice chair of the advisory board for the International Financial Center in Da Nang in Vietnam, great fellow. I said, Rich, you want to join the VNIDA? And by then we had the page all set up on the website for the VNIDA. I basically was doing a whole series of copy-paste links saying, click this on like through the WhatsApp, click this, sign up, join it, and add value, and he knows how to do that. And he is a key American driver of bringing Vietnam's securities and capital markets and international capabilities for an IFC to the forefront. And far and away, he should be much more highly acknowledged, I think, for what he's doing, because Da Nang is kind of like a satellite to Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City gets a lot of the press. And sometimes I think that people think, well, what is going to be the role of Da Nang? If you don't know, speak to Rich McClellan. He'll let you know. And he's got plenty to add there for local companies, foreign companies. Foreign companies should speak to him. And if you don't have his contact, just speak to uh, either Rick or myself, and we can give you his details. And so the end of the day story, I think, is you can't just say I'm going to be doing securities and capital markets. I'm 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 just going to be doing accounting or legal, like what you do with your professional career. You come across all different types, all different sectors. You connect them together efficiently.